So, guys, Dave. I apologize for last week. Kind of got lazy. My birthday. Took the week off. So, I didn't do a poll this week. I apologize, guys. What I did is that I kind of got in a heated debate with a buddy of mine, and so this is what you all getting. And I really want to do this like a later video, but getting it now. Sorry. Sorry. So, topic of cartoon Flashback Fridays is not really a cartoon, but more of like it's basically the death of Saturday morning cartoons. So, like I said, guys, Dave did his homework. Thank you, Lily. I borrowed your notebook. By the way, sweetheart, happy birthday. You are my rock, my everything. Daddy loves you so much. Happy birthday, baby doll. My buggy bug. So, fun fact, okay, before we get in this episode. So, my oldest daughter, who's now 13, I call her Bug. And how she got the name Bug was because it was one of those like, you're bugging me, go away kind of things. And it stuck. Lily, Daddy loves you. I do, baby. And I miss you. I'm so glad you can be here next week and hang out. And oh, by the way, y'all, I guess one of those like cool dads because she and her nose pierced at 13. Well, anyways, Lily, happy birthday, baby. I love you so much. Now, let's get this gosh darn topic here. Okay, the death of Saturday morning cartoons. Okay, so Saturday morning cartoons. Okay, so when you want to watch a cartoon, you had to go to a movie theater. Like, actually go to a movie theater. And which was like 5 cents back in the day. So TVs came out around World War II. Well, shoot. I didn't note it. My bad. Anyways, so they came out. So around 1948, when you had these Bugs Bunny cartoons and like Mickey Mouse cartoons and shorts and Snow White and Cinderella and all these cartoons in the movie theater, NBC decided, hey, let's put out a cartoon. Now, this is the first cartoon that was ever broadcasted on national television. I did the Flintstones. But this is not the Flintstones. It was known as Crusader Rabbit. Now, you're going, Dave, this is the first cartoon ever on television. Yes. I promise you it is. I would lie to y'all. So basically what it was like a bunch of stills with some animation like added in. It was for the time okay. Now it's like it's how you're pitching your boss for like a cartoon. And it's like it was okay for its time. But that was the first Saturday morning cartoon ever. So you go fast forward to the 60s, you get like Scooby Doo, you get Jetsons, you get like Yogi Bear, you get all these cartoons. And it just keeps going from like the 60s to like late 80s, early 90s. And it's kind of funny because you woke up on Saturday morning in your PJs, you went and you got yourself a big old bowl of cereal, whether it was Honeycombs, Sugar Smack, Captain Crunch, Frosted Flakes. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying all these names. I don't care. Fruit Loops, Tricks, Lucky Charms, whatever you wanted. That was your Saturday morning cartoon go-to for cereals. And then you sat there for 5 hours. 5 hours watching cartoons. And I complain about WrestleMania. Wow. So that was your gist of the Saturday morning cartoons. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just 5 hours of cartoons. That's a lot. But hey, we were kids, man. We did everything. That was our day, man. We got up, had our bowl of cereal, all that stuff. So, we're going to rewind a little bit. So, from 1950 to 1960s, you had television programs coming in. And they started thinking, like, how can we promote this to kids? So you had all these ideas from different companies. And NBC, like I said, was the first one to put out a cartoon. But then you, like I said, you had the Flintstones, you had the Jetsons, you had Scooby Doo. Oh gosh, Scooby Doo. Wow. Ricky. I mean, so anyways, we're gonna kind of go with a little bit more, but like, so your main three broadcasting systems were ABC, NBC, and CBS. And they all had their own, I guess, block hour of cartoons. And you had kids just like sitting there, I guess vegging out. I don't know. I was there. So when I went more in depth with this episode or vlog or podcast, what do we call it? It was like, wow, I was that kid. I was that kid, dude. I'm like, I was like watching cartoons. So I'm gonna watch it right now. Well, no worries. Just me talking to myself. That's all good. Wouldn't be the first time, right, guys? So, 1978, the FTC decided, parents are kind of getting a little upset because they felt like these superhero cartoons and this and this and that were just a little too violent for kids. And they promoted, I guess, commercialism. Why would you not want to promote commercialism? Like, seriously, you have a product, okay? Let's say you have a burger chain advertisement, right? That's what cartoons were. From the time they started in the late 50s to the early 2000s, it was all placement product, all commercialism. They sold you a toy with this. We'll get into that. Hold on. So, with that said, they tried pulling rank and like it was trying to ban all direct product placement for kids 6 and under. So, like, if you had a cartoon, you couldn't put commercials in your cartoon that like felt the needs of children 6 and under, which is like, are you kidding? It's product placement. You're trying to sell a product. You want to sell toys. You want to do that. Why not? Oh, wait. See, that's what I forgot to say. Because in that during of that time in 1978, the FTC, they had a thing with parents that thought their children were watching too much television and product placement was being embedded in their heads. But really, dude, come on. It's cartoons. It's cartoon. Yes, there's commercials. Mom, buy me this toy. Dad, can I have that football? Mom, Grandma, Granny, I miss you. I love you. I know you're watching. I know you're watching. So, anyways, with this, it was ridiculous. Like, to the point was like, are you kidding me? Like, they had like certain rules. Like, you had to abide by these rules, which I'll get into here later on. So, anyways, moving forward. The weird thing was with Saturday morning was like I said, you had 5 hours, but then you had syndication coming in to where you could actually watch those cartoons after school. Okay, so you have so many hours after school to watch these cartoons, but on Saturday you had almost 6 hours worth, but they were like new cartoons, not repeats, but new cartoons. And I tell you what, man, like I'm just like reminiscing of this stuff. Like, oh my, you don't realize like when you reach my age, like you want to go back to like, damn, man, I was watching that cartoon at that point. I remember the first time I watched the Master of the Universe cartoon. I remember my first Thundercats cartoon, my first Silverhawks cartoon. I mean, I remember all this. It's at my age. If you if you can remember that, as many chair shots I had to the head, trust me, we're good. Anyways, so then like all this started happening, and it was like the CTA, that's what it was. They kind of stepped in around, 1995, and said, look, you need at least 3 hours a week of educational programming for children. So, at this point in time, you had multiple networks that were showing things after school, like Fox with Animaniacs, Tiny Toons. You had CBS and ABC with Recess. You had, all these things. But apparently, there's a gray area in there. Anyways, so after that, in 1996, Congress actually pulled their weight and said flat out, look, hey, you're either going to abide by this or cartoons are done. Now, when I heard that, I was like, are you kidding me? As an adult. As a kid, if I heard that, I'm like, it's cartoons. Can't we just have fun? Enjoy our Saturday morning, eat our 8 bowls of cereal, and just do our thing? Is that so hard? Why? What, as kids, what did we do? No, it was the parents. The parents ruined everything for all of us. Well, there's more of that. I'll go into that sooner. But anyways, it was because apparently in the late 80s or early 80s and the late 90s, parents decided that cartoons were just huge marketing and commercialism. So that means when you watch an episode of Jem and the Holograms or She-Ra or He-Man in the Master Universe or G.I. Joe or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Batman the Animated Series or do everything go on? You were watching commercials to sell the toys. Smart move. Very smart move. So, I tell you what. If I was a betting man, I'd have done that years ago. I'd be making money on that. So, anyways, with CTA coming in on January 2nd, 1997, this was the dark days of Saturday morning cartoons, I guess. Because they pulled their card and said, look, you need to abide by this or you can't show nothing at all. So, the three main NBC, ABC, CBS, those are your three main, straight up broadcasting systems. But before that happened, syndication with cable and satellite, it happened. So you really didn't have to wait anymore to watch cartoons on Saturday. Slow down. So anyways, you had all these cartoons back in the day. Like I say, Yogi Bear, Bugs Bunny and Friends. You had Jetsons, Flintstones, Smurfs. You had the Short Tales. You had all these just cartoons. I'm like, I know y'all know them. I know you want your favorite ones. Just tell us right there in the comments, right there. Whoever's watching live, tell me what your favorite cartoon was. But you had all these cartoons, and it was like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was straight up an advertisement. Buy the toys, eat the cereal, get the VHS at the time or DVDs, depending on what the era of the cartoon was. Like that's what it was. It was all about advertisement. So then when syndication came in, it was just you didn't have to wait till Saturday morning to watch a cartoon. You could watch that stuff after school on Fox. You watch Animaniacs, Ninja Turtles. You could watch Looney Tunes. You watch Tiny Toons. You could watch, oh gosh, pretty much watch anything after, well, in the early 90s. Late 80s, late 80s, I guess. I don't know. There's some cartoons on here that kind of didn't really match with the date, so I'm not going to say them. But anyways, but like you had like Pac-Man, you had Johnny Quest. I mean, you had Yogi Bear, you had the Shirt Tails, you had Scooby Doo. Oh my gosh, Scooby Doo! Holy. Okay. So for in giggles, I watched an episode of Scooby Doo in Japanese. Dude, wow. Oh my. If you never watched Scooby Doo in Japanese, go for it, dude. Oh my God. I was like, okay. But just the voices alone was worth it. So worth it. But, anyways, so back on topic. So, Death of Saturday Morning Cartoons. Okay, so you have this group come in, and they started like leveling all this, like basically making this their court. And it's like, as kids, you're like, we didn't understand, we didn't know. Because we didn't have the internet at the time this was happening. You know, we didn't have Google. But it happened. But then all of a sudden you had these channels coming in like Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel and Cartoon Network and Boomerang, and you didn't really have to wait till Saturday morning to watch a cartoon because they were there Monday through Sunday. You had cartoons. Okay, now as a kid, you wake up in the morning, big old snowstorm. You're not going to school. It's on a Tuesday. You want to watch cartoons? You've got it. And that's the sad thing right now. Is like right now is that you've got, like I said, you have Nickelodeon, you have Cartoon Network, you have Boomerang, you have Disney Channel, you have Toon Disney. I mean, you have all these channels. You have Crunchyroll, you have Netflix, you have Hulu, all these things that you can watch cartoons on. That's what killed Saturday morning cartoon. But that's not the only thing. The funny thing is that they did a poll, and see if I can find it real quick. Hold on, sorry guys. Okay, so children from the age of 2 to 17 at the time of this video is being, or vlog, whatever you want to call it, is being aired. In 1980 to now, average from 2 to 17 watched 3 hours of television a day. That's not too bad, right? Oh, Stony, spilling tea on you, bro. As of right now, from a study from 2008, kids from the age of 4 to 18 watch 6 to 8 hours of media content, like me on YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. What am I missing? But I took notes, I promise. Anyways, so January 2nd, 1997. That was the day that the cartoon world really started dying. Because that's when the TV networks had to provide the FCC and the FTC all these, I guess, quarterly evaluations about, like, are you showing educational stuff, or, you know, it sucks. But after that, I mean, like I said, you had Disney, you had Cartoon Network. Anyways, I kind of wrote down 4 points about how I thought the real reason why Saturday morning cartoons like went away. And I call this list the downfall. So number 1, rise of technology. Think about it. The coolest thing in my house, other than the microwave, was a VCR. Because you could pop these tapes in. You didn't have to be there for the cartoons. You could record them and watch them anytime you wanted. Kids are like, okay, that sounds like a DVR. Yes, we had the first self-contained DVR. You want to watch something, you pop the tape in the VCR. You hit that record button. I mean, but DVDs, like I said, Hulu, Netflix, all these things. That was the downfall. Technology. Laptops, computers, cell phones, tablets. That was the downfall. Another thing was cable networks. That's my number 2. You're going, wait, Dave. Cable networks. You talk about big 3, ABC, NBC, CBS. Yes, those are the big 3. But when syndication started happening, you had Fox, you had UPN, you had USA, you had TBS, you had TNT, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. You had all these coming in and fighting for that chance, just that little bit, to make sure their shows were better than the competition. And dude, growing up like that, come on. Saturday nights. I remember this very fondly. I'd watch WCW Saturday nights on TBS. Wrestling. Nobody. Shocker? No. Come on. And then after that was over, I'd switch to Nickelodeon. And you had the like late night cartoons ish. You had Ren and Stimpy. You had Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life. And then at 9:30, because each show was a half hour long, they would end with Are You Afraid of the Dark? Love that show. I believe it ran for 2.5, maybe 3 seasons. Don't quote me. But love that show. But that's what Saturdays were. You know, you got up, and it's gone, man. Saturday morning cartoon is gone. But yeah, cable and syndication, satellites, these certain channels, that's number 2. Okay, number 3. Apparently, I didn't get my notes in order the right way. My bad. Oh, Angry Parents. That's what it was. What are you supposed to? Angry Parents. Oh, 1968, the act showed that because of superheroes and this and that, it was too violent. And like really? Really, y'all? In the 60s, that was too violent. Okay, I have best friends that have served in our military. And for each one of you, men and women, I salute you. Cross my heart. Y'all make damn sure that I can do this. But parents, and it was like, why? Okay, I regulate what my kids watch or do. But like, to flat out tell your kid they can't watch Ninja Turtles because Michelangelo has nunchucks. Yeah, that's the thing. Check it out. Europe. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. What? Topic for another time. But yeah, parents are to blame. Straight up. And one of the cartoons in the late 80s, early 90s that kind of got this a little more, I guess, taboo. Garbage Pail Kids. You take your hottest selling toy from the 80s, transition into, in your late 80s, a doll that has like garbage effect. I buy it. But, you know, it's like pretty much parents were like the blame because like apparently we were having too much fun. And the cartoons we were watching were just basically commercials for us to say, Daddy, Daddy, that new Wind Raider, that's on He-Man. I want that. Can I get that for my birthday? Is that so wrong? So you saw a toy on a cartoon and you want that. How is that wrong? Oh, but there's more. There's more. So, as of 2014, the FCC regulation is still in effect, which means if you want to show children programming on your channels, 3 hours a week has to be educational. Fox, ABC, NBC, CBS, UPN, USA, TNT, TBS. Those were the majority of channels I was growing up to watch cartoons. So, in closing, guys, I said my last one to say. The one thing that really killed the cartoons of Saturday morning wasn't parents getting divorced, wasn't this regulation and this and this. No, the basic thing was it was the FCC. The FCC, this straight up garbage. Yes, Netflix took a big part in this. Hulu took a big part in this. YouTube took a big part in this. I'm just trying to get my head around this. Like, how could you give up on something so great as G.I. Joe? Because of parents saying that people shooting guns at each other aren't good for our kids. How could you give up on He-Man? Because swords and sorcery and magic is taboo. How could you give up on the Smurfs? Because same thing, magic and sorcery and little blue people that are 3 apples high. No go. I just want to say that you guys are freaking amazing and that I am so thankful to have you guys on my side with this. Like, this is a dream. I have fun with this. F it. So, in closing, if y'all want to comment down below, what was your favorite Saturday morning cartoon? Let Dave know. Thank you so much just for being here, just for hanging out. And Granny, I see you right there. You're like that, what, third one right there? Maybe fourth. So, anyways, thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Peace out. Lily, I love you. Happy birthday, baby.